when we last left off, it was like...
It was stormy as fuck.
When we last left off, our adventurers will be in a town. And now we tell their story once more.
Apparently we're in a fucking smooth jazz nightclub.
We're also on a boat as well, yeah.
We're in the speakeasy.
We're in a speakeasy right now. This is perfect because I
We're
actually
in
play this.
Scraven's Hole, the nightclub.
Scraven's Hole.
This is where all the characters go in between sessions. We're all just in like their own little dimension of waiting.
Perfect. So, last time we left off, we were standing at the front of the temple. Draid had just come out and questioned you guys as to the nature of the scorch when you'd slaughtered that poor ogre and his friends. Just killed a helpless family. Just
Ogres are
completely
monsters.
innocent of all crimes except for eating and murdering several human beings.
A day.
And attempting to kill you as well. So, as you stepped outside of the temple, from far away, the large clouds of storm and thunder started to roll in, and we ended it with a single clap of thunder, and all the lights in the town sort of shook for a moment and flickered out before coming back online. It seems as though some sort of storm of... I'm gonna calm down. The jazz is not helping this description.
I imagine Grab is probably having some kind of fucking siege.
Well, it's the City of Light. You know, every bad thing that happens in the City of Light just sounds magnificent. You know,
It's so happy.
it's just a little, inconvenient, but it's great.
So yeah, you as you're sort of standing there, the clap of thunder, the lights shake for a moment and wake back up, and the skies open, just pouring rain.
I'm gonna look. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna give an accusing eye over to Magnus, our Tempest cleric. Just gonna sort of give him a look.
Oh.
How far away are we from the inn? Like, we
We're like
normally
a
stay.
few streets away because the temple's sort of further in the town, so you could jog there and get a bit soaked, or you could try and... I mean, it's not as bad because you've got those sort of bridges to
Tobrick doesn't
cover
care
under.
about the wet.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'll walk to the.
You get wet
inn.
when
One of
you're
our
at sea.
characters, should,
I suppose we just trudge back to the inn, yeah.
So you slowly walk, the mud's crunching underfoot.
Can I do a check? Like, is this storm natural? Did we see it coming?
Why
'Cause
don't
it
you
seemed
make
to me it was quite
a
sudden.
nature check?
Nature. Fuck.
This is not a woodland related check. We're in a city.
No,
but
you're in a
this is
city.
woodland
It's not
area.
a woodland check. No.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause I would get a bonus.
There are
off.
trees falling from the sky.
Oh shit!
The sea is falling from the sky.
The sky is falling. The sky is
That sounds like a really good
Literally natural
nightmare
one.
for Torbrick. Like the sea starts falling
The
from
sea
the sky.
falling from the sky.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good nightmare. Fuck it, one day you're gonna suffer
I'm not
through
sure.
It's just a
Oh,
tidal wave.
shit.
You're like, that's how his ship went down.
Okay.
Is nightmares.
So, I think that you know for a fact that this area is known for its storms, The Scorch itself is known for regular weather, everyone knows that. But you...
I imagine people near us would react. Like,
You've got an
we can
eye
see
on.
how they react.
Well, hang on.
What?
What the fuck? You're right, Yoji? Alright then.
Yogi.
Yogi bear. Alright, no, yeah, you sort of...
Hey, Wizard of Rain, boo-boo.
You've been learning, you've been studying the Scorch, and you're sure that this area, especially, has got higher rainfall than the rest. You're pretty sure this is completely standard. And, you yourself can just stand outside in the rain and have a lovely old time. You like the rain. You should stand in it. Anyway, so the rest of you head on back to the inn, you sort of stomp on in and you hear James like, oh, oi, what are you doing? He sort of shuts up and watches you walk in, like bringing mud in the door.
You wipe your feet before you walk in, obviously.
Well, yes, but you're
Nope.
a touch cover. Oh, wow, there we go.
You can only remove so much water if you've been out in a storm. You flick the cape, you'll still dread like a fucker.
James gives you the worst stink eye you can imagine.
So you take off your shoes, you walk over to the counter, and you shake the mud off on the table.
He is going to spit in your beer so much.
Let Alien speak.
I'm just gonna shake myself off like a fucking dog.
Down on all fours as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wild
God.
Jake for the express purpose of shaking himself off.
Oh my.
It was worth it.
I was about to say, if you've got prestidigitation, anyone can just clean you up.
I have Druidcraft, which does
That sounds
many
fun, though.
similar things, but it doesn't do the cleaning, I don't think.
I got predicted something on myself to just dry myself.
Only yourself.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Right. So the lot of you
Fair to him,
walk
he's
in.
Polish. It's a difficult word.
James eventually stops murmuring and just sort of sits there and, grumbling in anger. The tavern's sort of... There's a few people in here, but they're mostly just sheltering from the rain. They're not actually buying anything. He's pretty unhappy about that. But he says that he
I
sort of
suppose
looks
we'll
up.
buy a round.
Yeah, I'll buy a round.
All right, and sort of his face.
All
lights
right,
up
if you
and
want to
do
buy
that.
everyone a round, go ahead.
What the fuck? You're not sure? I'll buy. What does that cost? I don't know. I only
That's
have
like
8 gold.
2 silver a drink, I
fair
think.
enough. No, 2 silver a piece. That's
So,
still.
not 2
4.
silver a drink. Whoa, 2 silver like a round.
That might be 2
Oh,
silver
okay.
a meal.
I don't know the costs. I live in the fucking forest.
I think it's like
It's only
2
4
silver for an
if you're
entire
in the
barrel.
Sorry,
5 gold. You can get the entire
So-
fucking keg.
So if it's 2
bread.
silver, if it's 2
4
silver
copper
round
pieces for a
everyone,
mug of ale.
It's 10 silver a gold coin.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, no, isn't it 100?
It's a mug.
No,
So.
10. 10 to 10 to 10.
10
It's like
silver
in
is
like-
one gold.
Like in Warhammer, like I think it goes 20 copper is a silver and 12 silver is a gold. It's fucking weird.
Well, this ain't Warhammer.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Chill.
Yeah,
asking.
also that's blatantly just based on old British currency.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
just asking
yeah.
so I don't note this correctly.
It's all
Okay,
good,
yeah,
don't
no,
worry.
it's 10
just
silver,
standard gold.
10 copper is a silver, 10 silver is a gold, 10 gold is a platinum, and I think it's 5 silver is 1 electrum.
Yeah.
Or something stupid like that. Or 5
Yeah.
electrum is
No
1
one
gold, I
should
forget.
use Electrum. So,
Oh, Electrum is such bollocks.
right, yeah, so you guys sort of let in,
The fuck is
James,
Spectrum?
it's shit. James looks up and he goes,
Okay.
now, I'm sorry to say this, but the Varor, his kindness has run out slightly. You're gonna have to pay up for your room.
Didn't we pay originally? Didn't
No,
Silver,
the room was given
Sugar
for
slip in
free.
some gold?
Excuse me, Mr. Jamie, but do you know why he's annoyed?
James,
Well,
he,
no,
he,
it's
he
a
says,
case
he
of
shakes his
word
head,
from him.
and he goes, he's not annoyed. I'm sure he's very happy with you, but, you're not working for him right now. He just came by and said, that free period he was paying for was done. So,
Fair enough, I suppose.
Can I make an insight check to see if
so
he's
fucking
deceiving us? I mean, I'm a
Fucking
pirate.
hell,
People peel you off all the time.
I think it's
No,
more that
it's-
someone's charming him.
No, no.
It was to Trogo.
Okay.
Sorry, God, I
I'll
know
make an
that just
insight
set
to
me
see
off.
if, he's lying to us.
Okay, sure, give me an insight check. Oh, he is
Hey,
a
he's
fucking
telling you.
filthy liar.
I'm just gonna sort of grumble.
And stop doing checks for the rest of the session. We're shit at it.
Let's just stop rolling dice for a bit. Hang on.
Dice this.
Gotta warm them up.
Yeah, you do.
Get the
My
shit
hands
rolls
are
out
good.
now.
Right. So what you gonna pay him?
How much is he asking for?
For
Well, we haven't
whole
stayed there
floor-
after yet.
For the whole floor, he says, well, for the night, the lot of you sort of counts up, be about 5 gold all up. But you get the whole room, the whole floor, everything.
Do we need the whole floor?
I mean, to fit everyone, you've also got the other mercenaries as well. Unless you want them just sleeping on the
Ah,
street.
fuck him.
I thought they were sleeping with the caravans.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing so far.
You've,
Isn't that why the caravans got burned down beforehand?
yeah, no, some have been staying on guard for the caravans. Like, they swap out to guard, and they got
Okay.
stabbed. I rolled a little thing, and most of them got stabbed to death in the guarding. But there is one who's still alive, one who's now currently dancing around on top of you. I think this is the best
We'll
way to
call
pull it.
him Lucky.
Yes, indeed. We'll call him Lucky. I think that's the best way we could run it. So
Call
we'll
him
talk about this real
useless.
quick before we pay for the room or anything. For integrating new characters, unless there's like a sort of easy way in the story, we don't want to... I mean, for really, where would a drow come from here? Like, in the city. I think the best place for it to come from would be with the caravan, but just sort of not have shown... Maybe shown himself as a bit of a hero in the last fight. He actually fought those that attacked them well.
He's the only one who survived, basically.
There we go, yeah, he's basically the only one that survived, which marks him out as someone who isn't total shit.
But he's also a drow, so he might as well work with the guys who attacked us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing worth asking. What are Drow viewed as in this world?
Okay.
Because obviously in a
Very
number of
differently.
campaigns they're just straight up evil.
They're usually viewed as evil to every other race, and the Drows view every other race as inferior to
I
them.
know,
Indeed,
but I'm
but
asking
in this
Rimmy
setting,
what it's like in this campaign.
It depends.
Sorry, sir.
In the Scorch, it's very different where you are. In the City of Light, well, probably not well recepted due to the whole City of Light, and he's a fucking drow. But
Literally a dark
Racist.
elf.
yeah, compared to like the mainlands where drow are just fucking hated. Like he was probably, I don't know how he came up into his life, whatever that may be for him, you know, whatever he decides. But a lot of it was probably just running away because fuck everyone else from the mainlands. I'm going to go live on the frontier where they're not as big of dicks.
I'm a
Knows he
noble.
met Scraven.
I'm a noble, actually, so...
Another
There we go.
fucking noble, Jesus.
We are now playing the royalty party. Let us
I
go have
can't
a
wait
tea
until
party.
Tobrick dies and my next character is another noble.
My original character idea was a noble.
Perfect.
More
So
nobles.
maybe Elton's in there drinking with the rest of you, and he's like looking after the remaining guards who are looking after the baggage caravan. A few of them are on guard to watch it, but you guys are paying the stable boys as well to actually look after the caravans.
Can we get our money back then?
What?
So can we
They
get our
didn't
money
do
back
a
from?
very good job. Can we have our money back?
What? The stable boys that you bribed with a few silver, if I recall correctly.
That was just to make sure he didn't get robbed. By the
Yeah,
way,
they could have come and got us
And you
when they
didn't
saw
get
trouble.
robbed. You just got set on fire.
We didn't get robbed, so he did his job.
He's a very happy man. Okay, so
Anyway,
yeah, so he sort of he takes the. Do you pay him 5 gold for the floor?
Well, first we need to establish, are we going to be staying here or should we go somewhere else?
I mean, if we can find more work here, I suppose so. But otherwise, there's no real need.
that's
Exactly.
what I was gonna. Can I use Thieves' Cant with the barkeep and see if anyone's got any work, or if there's a thieves guild hanging around somewhere that we may find something.
Okay, let me just roll this real quick.
I think we might have demolished the Thieves Guild.
I was about to say,
Okay, so yeah, you start talking to him in Thieves' Cant. Like, what do you say to him? You just ask him, like, is there any work we get around here, sort of thing?
Yeah, is there any particular people that may be looking to hire us? Any jobs? Any group of people that I could go and see to see if there's any work available?
He sort of looks at you as if you just spoken dumb, and he goes, "Is the goose the what?"
Yeah, okay, mate.
I'd like to mention the city's name, the City of Light. He's a good friend of Aurora's as well.
he also said there are
Yeah.
places we can go to drink and gamble earlier.
Indeed, he said that.
Uh, Which we find and destroyed one.
Like, not every Thieves' Cant person is going to be like an assassin killer. It's like, you've
No,
got
no,
your exploring
no.
stuff. So
But,
that's why I was just
But
making
this
sure.
is the City of Light. The chances of the Thieves Guild are pretty slim.
It seems like he doesn't know the Thieves' Cant at all.
Okay.
Or it's just really well hidden.
Who knows?
Everyone could just be really dark and.
Who knows? So,
There's a speakeasy in every basement.
I'll basically just say, James, have you heard of any work that perhaps a group such as ourselves might partake of?
He sort of laughs around and he goes, "Well, I need a new mage. She hasn't turned up for 2 days. But, no, for the
Sounds
town-
like something for Torgo.
I'm going to look at Magnus and go,
You can have it.
And he sort of smiles to her and he goes, "Well,
Fuck off, you cunts.
he sort of giggles to himself and he's like, oh my, I think he's a little bit tougher than the last one. He might
that's
bite."
the most colourful language I've ever heard of a man in cloth.
Eat shit, Captain.
Oh,
Get wrecked.
God. You hear maybe a few of the guards nearby who are like sheltering the storm laughing as well.
I slap
So-
him on the back. You swear like a true sailor.
So, yeah, the
What
bartender-
about the blacksmith guild? Maybe they have something to.
the bartender pulls
They
one
have
and he goes,
first.
"Well, in this weather, I'm not really sure there'll be much." Sort of thinks for a moment. He goes, "The temple's been sort of locked down since the weather started. Of course, we have pretty extensive sewer systems around here, but still, the water damage can get quite bad. People are just going to weather out the storm, it seems."
You
So we're sort of
mentioned your
stuck in here
visitors
until
hadn't arrived. Do you
So,
know where
Jamie-
she would have been got to?
What'd you say?
You mentioned the visit hadn't arrived. Do you know where she was last seen?
The maid. Oh. Yeah, he shrugged and he goes, I think she lives down the poorer part of the town. She's not. He sort of pulls a moment. Look, I can't afford to pay her that much. You understand? She just cleans the place, but I don't know. She just hasn't been turning up. So
I mean, she's a maid, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like look around and go, you mean this is the rich part of town?
He sort of laughs. He goes.
Oh.
He bites back a little insult and he goes, No. This is just the shopping district, yes? All of us live within our means, you understand?
Since when was Magnus such a bitch?
I don't know. If it's
So where does this maid live?
Huh? The maid.
What's this maid?
Yeah, he says down by the creek, a little bit further down. I think she's. He taps for a moment. And he goes, I think she's the third story. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is this city like one of those Warhammer hive cities where
Yes.
everyone who's rich lives on top and everyone who's poor lives on the bottom?
Pretty much, yes.
Ah.
But it depends more on the area as well, because the creek is just a shitty area, and then the closer you get to the temple, the higher the buildings get, and the more rich they become. But people aren't exactly. There isn't like a huge disparity here. There's the poorer people, there's the nobles, but it's not massive. It's not like there's slaves to the copper coin.
It's not like Herder.
Oh no, nothing like it.
Can I go around and check the city?
Sure. In
But,
pouring rain.
Magnus is going to go to the temple.
Yeah,
It's
want
pissing
to
with
go check for city secrets and
Certainly.
investigate a bit.
Give me a
Also,
quick,
Remy, just a second while I remember. We were talking about arrows.
Yes.
About would we need to have like a fletching skill or anything like that, or with the rangers or especially with the rangers, would they just be able to make their own?
If you want to make your own, it'd be a
You
little.
probably need proficiency in like woodworkers tools.
Yeah, you need like basically a smithing proficiency, but more than anything, you just need to pay for materials, or you could just go buy arrows.
Yeah, I'd prefer buying arrows. I don't trust my own skills at making them.
Yeah.
Are we short on arrows?
Again, short.
13 is not amazing.
Yeah, 13 can start to run out.
It's not as though 20 arrows are expensive.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and we can split them between us.
What is it? Is it 30 with one
Just
gold?
hunt down a few deer. It usually covers the cost.
Oh, they're not, if that much. I'll have a quick look on the manual. That's
Item
a
sheet.
cost price. Not everything's going to be that price, especially in a city.
1
don't
gold for
get why-
20 arrows.
Well,
Like
there you
why
go.
why weapons and stuff are so friggin' expensive, considering how you can like live large, really large
Yeah.
with 50 gold coins and a fucking bow costs 55.
To be fair,
It's a longbow,
a bow is a precision-made piece of equipment.
and that's like a
Still, though.
super awesome weapon.
I was about to say, like, a sword is really, really hard to make.
Yeah,
It costs a lot of metal.
A sword is
spear.
expensive.
a spear is
Well, no,
cheap
a
as
sword is
shit.
expensive. A sword is expensive as hell in real life because of the sheer amount of work that goes into making one, not because it's a lot of metal.
Yeah, the metal's
Yeah.
not important. It's the fact that it's actually hard to make and someone spent a lot of time making it.
Yeah, but also because there aren't many people who make swords anymore.
I mean, most-
I'm assuming swords weren't that expensive
Look,
back in the
that's
day.
true.
When they
No,
actually
they would have
used them.
been. A proper
Yeah,
good
they still
sword
would have been.
would have been really expensive.
Now,
Like,
to
you get your
make the
imbalanced
point
crap
best
that a
of
goblin
all,
could
right?
make, but
A spear costs 1 GP. That is a bit of metal on the end of a stick. That's why it costs 1 GP. That's
Yeah,
why
but
they were the
that still seemed like a lot.
No, hardly.
most
like-
of these peasants wouldn't be able to afford a knife. Like a proper steel castle forged knife, they wouldn't be able to afford it.
These are weapons of war.
These aren't just, hard. These aren't just bits of iron knocked up by your local village smith. A village smith couldn't make a sword. He could shoe horses or make a pot, but he couldn't make a sword. You need proper experienced smiths. You'd only get them in big cities and castles, and they'd make weapons for armies and soldiers.
He might be able to knock out a sword, but there's no guarantee it would be particularly good quality.
It'd be a piece
Yeah.
of garbage, most likely.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the city secrets. You know the secret patterns and flow to the cities. You can find passages. True. This is more passages and stuff than actually finding secrets. If you want to find secrets, give me a quick, I'd say probably investigation roll is what you'd be wanting to go for. Okay. So...
Can I just quickly ask, these rolls, how do you make them? Like, say an investigation roll.
Click on the word.
Alright, where is this word?
In your character sheet.
On your character sheet, on the skills section, you can click, say, for example, nature, and it would roll a nature check.
Okay, so I think
I've got mine set to query advantage, so...
Sure. So, Grigi, rather. You sort of, as you're walking around, you watch, and you see people are very... Okay, quit the rolling for 2 seconds. Holy shit,
Two nat ones.
I was just checking it, sorry.
Yeah, you sort of see people are very much on edge, and it's partially the storm, partially... Because you're wandering in the Creek District. It's partially what happened to the speakeasy. People seem to be very careful of each other, and, any sort of hint of someone acting out or gambling or whatever, or just sort of going against the laws of the place, is quickly shut down or, like, just whispered to a guard. You sort of see... Maybe you see, like, some people just dicing in the street, and then, a moment later you see, like, one of the kids run past and grab a guard. And that's the sort of, as you're passing by, this sort of little uneasiness has fallen over the creek area.
So these guys, the leaders, are basically like the Gestapo.
I think that's a bit
the
harsh,
the Gestapo of the Prohibition, perhaps.
We've just got to find Al Capone and his bootleggers.
So, we're going to sit here in this inn and do jack shit, or we're going to find this maid, or...
Well, it's raining outside. I don't want to go out in the rain.
Nods from him and he goes, if you can find her, I can reward you some. It won't be much, but it's a pain to hire a new maid and all that, We have to take people through the process, we have to learn, then she has to get used to the place. Look, I can give you rooms and some gold. And when he says some gold, he means very, very small
right, if you
amounts of
pay for
gold.
the room, we'll go look for her.
Yeah,
I don't the room, we'll go look for her.
I don't say anything, but I do look around the room. They need training to do this much.
Pardon?
I don't say anything, but I do look around the room. They need training to do this much cleaning.
I mean, there needs to be cleaning, yeah, because it's an inn. It's got rooms and shit.
Yeah, but more like an hour, whatever. So yeah, we could find that maid. Because the moment we're just trading water in a.
It's more like
house.
It's his maid as well, right? Because he lives here as well, so he wants things the way.
Oh, right. I guess that makes a bit more sense.
Anyway, so you guys, Gruger's sort of stalking the city, watching this sort of unease come down over the Creek District, and the rest of you want to go head out and find the maid. I think one of you, who's it, Magnus, you at the temple?
Yeah.
But
all right.
As a noble, can I don't know, go to...
I'm going to go down to the creek and go fishing.
Sure.
Roderick doesn't particularly care about finding some missing peasant.
All right,
but if it means he gets a free room, yeah, all right.
Same as Millie. She doesn't want to find peasants.
So yeah, what do you want to do instead?
Then I would like to go find the peasant because I really dislike Millie.
Yeah.
That's a reason, I suppose.
What are you
gonna do? I don't know. Go and hang out with nobles if someone is throwing a party or something like that.
Fair enough. All right, toss me a quick charisma check to see if you can find a good party. And Magnus, roll me a religion check as you sort of. No, just a charisma.
Fuck.
Roll your D20 plus charisma. All right. So the moment the storm came
You
down,
just instantly get an invitation to the swankiest do.
Well, no, it's not that. She just like sees this party going on, and it's how do you have a -2 in religion, Magnus? Anyway,
I have no intelligence.
You see this this
He's
party
the
going
stupidest person in the party.
by the temple.
I think
perhaps,
I'm
like,
worse.
sort of as you're leaving the temple, you see this party going down, but you know, it's not time to arrive yet. So you give it a bit, you head back to the inn, and then you swing back past, and you enter into this party as the place is really starting to kick up. And maybe like no one there really knows you, but you sort of fast talk your way into making them think that they know you. and you get straight in the door. People are handing around drinks, and they're basically just being like, "Yeah, fuck rain, whoa!" They're all just partying.
Can I go in there
indoors.
as well?
No, God no. You're gonna have to make your own roll if you want.
You're a drow, mate.
Yeah, I'll do
a
that.
roll to not get beaten up in the street.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Make me that roll.
What is it?
It'll be a charisma.
Charisma.
So roll 2d20s and then add your charisma to both of them.
Or you can just
Or you
press
can
on the
press
charisma.
Okay.
No, just...
No.
But not this,
Yeah.
not this one.
Maybe you're sort of like following a
Just
jockey.
press charisma.
It's not a save, it's a regular charisma.
Click on the word.
Oh, well, so it's
it was
even
charisma.
worse then. Or no, he's got a 5 charisma.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, it's 2 worse.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, you sort of walk up to this door as Malay enters. You're like sort of seeing just following, and you're like, "Oh, I'm with her." And the guard just sort of looks at you, and he just goes, "No entry, not for something like you."
Oh.
He's not even tough enough to kick up a fuss.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kick up a fuss with that. I'll
Yeah,
just
good.
go back to everyone else.
Slink away, not bad. Slink away.
The guard sort of leans against the door like, "Man, I am such a badass," and he's just really happy with himself as you sort of disappear off. Disgusting dark elf.
Well,
Right.
if we're not doing anything worthwhile, I would like to go to the forge and work a bit.
That's alright. So we've got. I think the rest of you are heading off to find a peasant. So we'll roll for that in a moment.
Yeah, I'll catch anything while I'm fishing.
Cool. So Torvis, roll me some luck. See how good your fishing is. And Magnus, you sort
What,
of
just like 1d20?
Yeah, sure. You're praying among these priests, and they're all sort of they seem. Wow! Hang on.
I've fallen.
We've got something for that.
No, you catch something and it pulls you in.
This is good. So
I get caught.
I've got a good scene for this. Magnus, you're sort of there. The priests are a little weird. They're just like clerics of the light. They're very obsessed about the light, but they're not too fussed about the storm or anything. They're just sort of sitting there praying with you. Maybe you see Varol pass by at some point. He's sort of getting the guards to spread out and make sure nothing breaks down. He says, apparently one of the bridges is getting a bit waterlogged. Someone go fix that. Yada yada. He's just running the place. The rest of you, who isn't going to go try and find a peasant, speak up now.
I do have one question for Jamie before we head off.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly
James.
It's James. It's that. I might have called him Jamie in my notes. It's Jamie. Shit. No. Wait. Yeah, it is James. It's James. Do you have a library around here in the Haven?
He nods and goes, "Of course there is."
And not open to the public. Where is it, if I might ask?
He says,
can anyone enter it? Really?
He says, well, it'd be the temple, but you'd have to get the clerics to let you look. They let the children and those who can't pay, but otherwise they sort of they ask for donations. So the rest of you who are heading, Adrian maybe passes by the other way, keeping an eye, heading down to the noble district as you pass Elton heading back the other way, returning from the party that he has been denied from. But you're all heading along, walking down the street towards the Creek district. You see the house that was
Did we get her
destroyed.
name?
Actually, you didn't, but I'm going to give it to you because I assume you ask. You'll turn around, run all the way back from the Creek district, and you go, "James, what was his name?"
Just wait here, I'll be right back.
He goes, "Oh, it was Sarah. Sarah the maid."
Oh, like with an X or?
What?
I guess it doesn't matter.
X? Did you say with an X?
I'm a tiefling. Yeah. We sometimes spell it with an X.
I've never heard of that, but alright, sure. Oh, Zara.
I was almost called
Zara.
Yeah, Zara, fair enough.
Well, yeah, Sarah, okay, thank you.
Anyway.
Sarax, Lord of the Pit.
Sorry, is
That's
that
my nickname.
Sorry, is that using letters or
But I
just
go by Sarah mostly.
Infernal script. Right, so you arrive at Sarah's
Lucifer,
house.
Lord of Hell, but call me Lucy, please.
Fucking hell. Yeah, you arrive at Sarah's house and sort of, you go up the stairs, you knock on the door, and sort of, it's the side shot, right? So we've got you standing in front of the door, your fist knocking on it, and then in the background it sort of focuses in the street below, and we see Torbert just fly into the water as some sort of large animal pulls him in.
Do I ever see that?
No, it's just in the background.
Many attractive women.
It's just sort of something that happens in the background, just like a little. Maybe like one of you looks over, you see like a splash of water, but that's all you see.
I imagine I'm gonna have to make some kind of athletics check.
It's like such a pool that he starts skipping across the water.
We'll see.
How big is this creek?
Oh, it's not too big. You're like barely underwater. It's just because you're a dwarf. You're like flat underwater.
Can I make a wisdom save or just a wisdom or a constitution save to literally not piss myself with laughter?
You don't see this, so no.
Ah.
All right. So
here's
yeah.
a big splash, and he wonders if
Who
You
knocks
just
on
see
the
a
door,
bubble
then?
pop at the surface.
Yeah, exactly. Who knocks at the door?
I'll knock at the door.
All right. Like it probably takes a few minutes. You know, you can sort of hear things moving around inside, but eventually a man walks out. He's not the prettiest of men, but he sort of stumbles out. He's got a bit unshaven. Looks like he's just woken up to your knocking. And he's like, "Oh, what can I help you with?" Yeah. Oh, you're a strange one. Oh God.
Does Sarah live here?
And he goes, "Sarah? Yeah. She's not been back for a bit. Thought she was at work still."
Did she say she went to work and didn't come back?
Yeah, he nods. He goes, yeah, sometimes she stays there. You know, I thought with the rain she'd still be there. Why?
When was this?
He sort of pauses for a moment and scratches his chin. And he goes, well, it wasn't last night because
Oh, Harry, were we standing in the rain?
I was with Ted. No, you're not standing in the rain. You're below another level on a porch at the moment. And he sort of goes,
right, okay, good.
Wasn't last night. I was with Ted. Night before I was working. Night before I was drinking. Oh, must be like 3 days ago.
But you didn't like that was. Did that not seem strange to you?
He's
sort of
too perpetually drunk.
Yeah, he sort of shrugs and goes, who the fuck is running that? God damn it.
Right, I
Right.
barge past him inside while asking if we can come in.
Perfect. He's like, no, it's He sort of gets knocked out of the way. He doesn't really fight you. He's just grumbling as you push in. The place is a fucking mess. It stinks. You can sort of see some plates that haven't been washed sitting by the sink. It seems this guy's just been sort of persisting on bits of bread and breads and cheese since she's been gone.
Do you live with Sarah?
He sort of
like in this room, house, whatever this is.
He crosses his arm and grumbles and he goes, "Yeah, get out of here! Come on, I need to sleep." Ugh.
It's raining.
Yeah,
but yeah, more reason to stay inside.
Oh God. Yeah, around here, you know, sort of, it's all like sort of one big room. There's a little curtain divider between the kitchen and the bedroom. Sorry, I guess everywhere else and the bedroom. The bed itself.
It's like one of those curtains of beads.
Yeah, the bed itself.
Like you get in hippies' houses.
Well, less curtains of bead. That's probably more expensive. It's just like some cloth, sort of really cheap, crappy cloth bolted to the ceiling to create a little wall for the bedroom. Anyway, yeah. So the bed itself is a double bed, but it's pretty crappy repair. Hasn't been clearly is like dirty and stained. The rest of the house is just like so they've got one table, 2 chairs to it. There's no one else in here.
Alright, anyone know investigation?
Yes, but
I
I'm
mean-
not with you.
Tracking, really, but that's not the same.
Well, I can do an investigation roll, but it won't go well. Fuck it, I'm gonna see if I could look around for it.
Alright, certainly.
Double ones again.
Wow.
Nope.
Just one better.
Torgo,
I'm having
you find... Oh my, what don't you find? You find stained plates, you find horrific bloody off bread, you know, you split some cheese open and it's gone horribly, I guess cheese is mold, but it's going moldy.
Full of maggots.
And then maybe eventually you stick your head under the bed and you just find a whole bunch of crunchy socks as well. Turns out 3 days is a long time.
I'd like to leave and, if possible, like, remove my skin.
There's a creek over there.
Well, yeah,
I think I see someone bathing in the creek already.
Yeah, someone's having a swim in there.
You can disguise set. You know, why didn't you just disguise self to get into the party? You're walking around as a drow. You can disguise yourself as anything else.
I should have done that, but I
Disguise
reckon
yourself
I
as
would
a
have
lay. Oh, Millie.
What? That would be weird.
Oh god, right. So yeah, you said the rest of you
just
leave.
disguise yourself.
Do you guys want to do anything? Anything apart from that, or do you want to go wash up in the creek first, Torga?
Wash up in the creek. Absolutely
Alright.
wash up in the creek.
Yeah, I'll follow just a little, just like you.
Right, how's my fight with this fish going?
It is a huge
Shall I
guppy.
roll athletics?
Roll athletics.
Shall I
You're
roll
fighting
athletics?
You're fighting this huge guppy who's wrestling.
That's more like
underwater.
it.
Holy shit! So okay, you guys are
Fucking
like,
come out gripping it. It's catch of the day.
yeah, the rest of you walk down the river to help, or to sort of like wait while Torga washes herself off because she's horrible. And then you see Torga rise from the water like Cthulhu. He's just clutching this huge guppy
Clutching
fish.
the sword like Excalibur.
He's like rising from the water as this guppy fish flopping around, and just go blah, 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 as it is pulled out of water. He's sopping wet, and his face has got like a bit of mud in from where he's hit the floor, but he's got it.
Sir, that's not conventionally how people fish.
Yar! Don't tell me how to fish, landlubber.
He's gone full pirate. Oh god. Perfect. Alright, are you going to kill him and eat him, or are you going to keep him?
You bet your
Well,
bottom
why
dollar
would
I'm
we
gonna
kill
kill
Torbek and eat him?
Oh
The
god.
dwarf doesn't taste very good. Very tough.
The gnome does need a new pet.
Oh Jesus, the gnome is not going
Where's
to
the
ride a
fucking
fish.
wolf?
Oh,
Where's
the
the
wolf?
wolf?
The wolf
How
is not
big is
in
this
town.
fish? Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's outside.
Doesn't Bill still need some new teeth or something?
It's been stabled up, you know.
no, I'll kill the fish and begin preparing it.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to flip him upside down then. Poor
Just
fish.
very quick.
Rip
Can
fish.
why not?
Everyone's upside down now.
Flip him upside down. Not me.
Perfect. So yeah, the rest of you, do you want to maybe Zarmus, do you want to roll me some tracking with disadvantage? Some survival.
Sure. Oh shit. Gotta find my sheet. Tracking, that survival.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Wow,
pretty good.
okay. Yeah, even without like I guess yeah, you don't follow the footsteps, like you just sort of keeping an eye out as you sort of move around. You just keeping an eye out for sort of movement other than that, things where maybe someone's knocked something over or scratched a wall or something. Like that's the only thing you can possibly hope to spot to sort of see where this
Yeah, it's
maze
been
is
3
gone.
days and it's rained.
Yeah, and maybe it's sort of as you're walking past the alleyway. It's nearby the warehouse where the speakeasy was. At the end of the alleyway, it's a couple of crates or something. The astute people would notice that this is the alleyway where a gnome tried to corner someone, but down at the end,
that
Nobody saw that.
gnome body saw that. Down at the
Ba,
end,
ba, ba, ba.
you see that one of the crates, it's just like a crate in there. Someone's left it there after a while. Maybe they moved some grain or something in it at one point. No one really cares now. It seems to just have this large, almost axe cut out of it, and that's all you notice.
I opened the crate. Like, oh, God, is anyone watching me first of all?
Roll
Like,
a
is there
perception
anyone
check.
see? Almost answers. Oh fuck me.
You don't see no one.
There's no one.
Everybody's
Okay.
watching you.
I opened the crate.
Okay.
There's no one watching.
You open the crate, and a rat hops out. And you go,
Ugh. This is not a wolf. That's
and it
happened
runs
before.
off. Yeah, but it just seems you can sort of see that something's hit this crate with a lot of force and sort of splintered the side in.
Torbek has an axe.
Actually, I think
Did Torbek do this?
Who knows? I think that's sort of how you tell. It looks fairly recent, mainly because of the wood itself. The rest of this wood, it's weathered and aged, but sort of where it's chopped in, it's fresh wood.
But can I open the crate?
Yeah. I said inside's a rat. It's just an empty, shitty.
Okay.
crate.
Oh yeah, inside. Can I move the crate? Just if there's anything under it, besides just soil.
Sure. You sort of shift it. It's not that heavy because it's pretty empty. You pick it up and underneath it looks. It clearly used to be sitting somewhere else. It's been knocked and has slid and scratched up the not scratched up, but just sort of tossed up the dirt floor. As if whatever hit it with a lot of force, knocked it back, chopped in, but clearly didn't chop through. So maybe it was just a sort of side-on hit.
No blood, anything? Any other marks?
Not a single drop of blood.
So it's been. I guess if it's been moved, you could say I could try and look for a similar crate, but it's a crate. It's not exactly like a fucking family crest. Will I note where it is and how it looks, and I guess I try and find Torga and Torbert again. Yeah.
Perfect. Right, you find Torbrick in the middle of a fry up on the river.
In the rain still.
I assume at this point
I tossed another shrimp on the barbie for you, mate.
How fucking
light a
dare
fire
you?
in this
How
soggy mess?
fucking dare you? It is a prawn. It's a fucking prawn.
It is a prawn, you're right.
Thank you.
But that's from an advert they did with Paul Hogan.
I am well aware, and we all fucking hate Hogan for saying it. As much of a legend as he is. Fucking bastard said
I'll
shrimp.
toss another prawn on the barbie for you, mate.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Now I'm feeling
You're
it.
welcome to misquote West Country people drinking cider.
Right.
As recompense, I won't get annoyed.
Thank you. Now, the rest of you, maybe Torbrick, you got this little... He started a fire somehow in the rain. There's a big guppy fish just frying on it. He's having a lovely old time.
Torbert, have you hit any crates with your axe recently?
You're going to sort of look at him and he's gone insane. No,
What a question.
I just sort of look at her and say, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, there's this...
What?
Well, there's this crate in an alley, and it's been hit with an axe. And moved.
There's something suspicious, and I figured the most suspicious people were
The fact that you said, have you done it lately? It implies that you think he just casually does it every so
I've known him for a couple of weeks.
There's so many implications in the sentence, have you been hitting things with an axe lately? Fuck.
No, crates. I think I said
Crates as
quite
well.
specifically. I saw him braining nothing to death with an axe just yesterday.
Anywhere specific?
In this town, I think. I can show you the crate. It's been moved.
No.
Fucking hell. Oh, that's a good laugh. Sorry.
Well, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Torbrick has in fact not been hitting things with an axe.
Well, great to say, at least.
Oh my god, I've just looked.
Carry on.
Go back to my frying, just like...
Yeah.
I like all the little places everyone is, everyone little, where do you go when you're Bajorna's at the smithy. It's quite nice. So yeah, the fry
That's
on...
not quite what a guppy looks like.
That is not what I drew. Yeah, the fry on goes for a little while. Maybe a beggar appears from the shade, and he's like, "Hey, excuse me, Master Dwarf. Can I just have a bit of fish? It's all I ask. It's all I ask."
Oh, go on.
He smiles and he takes a bit of fish and he sort of bites into it, chokes a bit on the bones, but chews in happily and wanders off. And he's like, "Oh, you're the
Suddenly, Tobrick realizes there's going to be hundreds of fucking beggars here in any minute now.
They're drawing in. Yeah, so you guys polish off the fish
Word
before
of
too long.
free fucking food at the creek is going to spread like wildfire.
The walking hungry.
Perfect.
Oh, well.
I think this is perfect as well, Bajorno. Sort of as you're walking in, you know the smithy fairly well, yeah, because you're part of the guild, yeah.
Yeah, and I've haggled with him, and I've worked in this forge for a little while before, so I know him.
All right, and it's maybe you're walking with people. It's sort of you get into that that's unconscious routine where you just sort of stamp, stomp, change, hit with hammer. You just sort of in this nice flow. You're in this nice mood. And then you call
very zen.
Very
Your
zen.
rhythm.
You call out for the assistant to give you a hand, and that's when the smith Do we ever decide on a name for him? Very dwarfy one.
Smithy the Smith.
Steve!
Bolvar!
Bolvar is an amazing name. The Smith Bolvar sticks his head out and goes, "You're calling for him? That little twerp hasn't turned up all day. Bloody drunk, though." And he sort of keeps wandering past. He's like carrying a box of horseshoes he's going to hammer in.
I mean, if he's a dwarf, being drunk is sort of an expectation.
I think I finished what the project I'm working on, and I think someone needs to hear about this.
All right.
So yeah, I will be going back to the inn.
Perfect. So most of you converge back to the inn. Magnus, will you be heading back from the temple now?
I was going to see if I could actually find something from the temple first, if there's any information.
Sure. Give me a quick... I mean, you got your religion check, so I'll tell you. What do you want to know? What do you want to know about?
It's not so much about religion that I'm actually looking for in there. It's more if I could spot other clerics like acting a bit shifty to what they normally would be. So I know something about this scourge that's going
sort of
on.
why I had you roll the religion check, to see whether they're just being weird religious people or actually acting out. Right? And these guys are just... They're weirdly obsessed about the light, but that's their religion. It's just like...
So is everyone in this city.
Yeah. It's just they're especially obsessive. Like, they all carry lit, either they have like rocks, or they have those sticks, or they have candles. Darkness is like something they fix immediately. Like maybe occasionally one of the wall torches.
They see their own shadow and they jump.
Yeah, they hate. That's like one of their big prophecies. Is like, no, the day you see your own shadow is the day, you know, death's following you or something. They all consider it a terrible omen to have a shadow.
A shadow of death.
Yeah.
Is
Instead,
there
they have
anything
7.
out of place that would be in this temple that I would be able to spot?
Anything out of place?
Yeah, it's something that like, just shouldn't be there. Like, you know, like if you walk into a fucking zoo and suddenly you see
no, there's nothing.
A T-Rex, you know that shouldn't be fucking there.
Nothing obviously out of place. And
so I'll look around and see if I spot anything out of place. Like going, like really take a.
Well, I mean that's what I've rolled,
look.
and you've been found wanting, essentially.
That's essentially the religion. You know, you'd know where bits and pieces would be if you knew about the religion.
You're sort of seeing what's wrong and what's right, and you can't tell much.
You've got to know what's right first.
Malay, at this point, how drunk are you?
Only wondering. Just going with...
I say Malay's a noble, not a dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. This is a party of parties. Like, it stayed noble for a few hours, but it's quickly divulged in them just drinking all the...
A few hours? Jesus, how long was I fighting this fish?
Yes, it's assumed we had a bit of travelling time.
It's the undersea smackdown.
Well, to be fair, you did also eat it and fry it up and
have
eat
a cook up.
So, and build a barbecue for some reason.
This is true.
He's invented the barbecue as well. It didn't exist before Torbrick had a fry up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, are you getting pretty smashed, or are you like staying sort of somewhat sober?
Grimgar Grill.
She still remembers her, I don't know, teachings of the diplomat route. So she doesn't drink much. She mostly listens to gossips or
fair enough.
Noble people.
And you hear a lot of gossip because people have just loose lips, loose mouth, loose lips. Alcohol does this.
Yeah, loose lips sink ships.
I fucking love that. Oh god. So yeah, you're listening to stories and all that sort of stuff. People are talking about various affairs, various little business ventures, all that sort of thing. And maybe as well, you sort of see a few of the nobles are taking this, they're sort of sniffing this strange powder. Maybe it's a sort of
fucking drugs.
Maybe one of them offers it to you, and he goes, I can't place you. I don't. Your face, I know, but the name, just you got to try this. And he sort of like brings up a little pouch and he shakes it out into his hand, and he offers it up to you. Do you take a whiff?
I'm not taking the whiff. I'm just gonna take it with me.
He's just gonna take the powder. All right. He's like, it's all right. People like to do it in private the first time, you know. Ah, man. He's just really blissed out and happy.
Yeah, I see that and I'm just weirded out.
Alright, perfect. And so at that point we sort of travel back to the inn. I think, Jonah, you'd want to say something before we close up for tonight, and then we'll move on to tomorrow?
Have we reconvened at the inn?
Millet is still out getting drunk and listening at a party, or not getting drunk rather. So the rest of you would be at the tavern. Let's all crowd around the detective. Hang on. Now, Rob, you notice a few people as you're wandering around looking for people to rob. Ha ha ha. You know, Adrian sort of like keep an eye on seeing Fat Bockers. Most of them heading to the party. Would you have tried to lift any money or what?
No, I would have. If that was the general direction they were going, I probably would have followed them, tried to work my way into the party as well.
Alright, well, do you want to be there or do you want to be back at the end? Just make me a quick charisma roll to try and work your way in if you want to. Or persuasion, rather.
Can I stealth? And just, like, walk?
Depends. Do you just want to, like, hide in
Pop
the
in
party?
through a window?
Do you want to hide the party or do you want to actually just, like, go around and socialise? Because the nobles will see you as well. That's the big part, is you don't look noble, right? You're a... What are you? You're an urchin, I think?
Yeah, I'm an urchin, what else?
Yeah, so you're not exactly noble. It'd be a sort of charisma check to get in the door and actually keep them from kicking you out.
Alright, okay. Well, yeah, I'll make a charisma check and totally get turned away at the door.
Yep.
But I know who the rich people are now. I know who the rich people are.
You sort of go to head in and one of the guards is like, "What are you doing? You're not friends with that elf, are you?"
No, I'm help. Drinks and stuff, carrying the trays. Do you not see the uniform?
He sort of laughs for a moment and he looks at you. He looks you up and down and goes, there's no bloody trays here. What do you think? And kind of like throws you out and he goes, "Get the fuck out of here." Maybe from inside Malay you see there's no such thing as a tray here. What there is there's just lines and lines and lines of drink already set up, and then
of dust. There's dust all over the tables.
But yeah, and then sort of what happens is as the drinks clear off the table, like as people just pick up these drinks, dust replaces it, and they start doing dust off the table.
There is dust everywhere. People are snorting dust off the table. They're snorting out of each other's assholes, off breasts, off of dongs. It's descending into some sort of.
I feel like this is now going way too far on the other end. But sure, this has apparently become a party of slamish.
I quite shut.
This is the point where Miali leaves.
Yeah, exactly. This is the point.
Yeah. No one's gotten naked yet, at least in the main room.
Yeah, but everybody's clouding, and you need to leave a party when people start clouding. Because that's what it gets.
The song I linked makes sense for that. Background.
I just go up. Yeah, exactly. They look like
that's pretty much it, Ryochi.
God damn.
Yeah,
all right.
I just.
So yeah, at that point Malay starts to leave, and the rest of you end up back at the inn. So, Bjornar, I believe it's your turn.
Yeah. Well, basically, I heard something rather interesting. Is that one of the helpers at the forge has also gone missing in the last couple of days.
Maybe they're on strike.
Was an axe involved?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Could be a strike.
Well, you would know about it if it was a strike. Like no one goes on strike doesn't tell anyone.
I suppose you don't go on strike for the guild. The guild is the thing that goes on strike.
How long has he been missing? If they told you.
He said just the day. He hasn't rocked up for work, basically.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, he hasn't shown up for work today.
Because
perhaps he was on a bender that night.
Maybe, but
a bender? What's that?
When you go out and
get
yourself,
drink, and wake up bent over
the other day
something.
with the speakeasy.
Exactly.
You normally get stabbed in the bender.
More often than you'd think.
I think I'll avoid benders. But to digress, the maid has been missing for 3 days.
Well,
according to her roommate, live-in brother, person who lives in the same room at least. She went to work, i.e. here, I suppose, 3 days ago, and didn't come back.
Well,
That is a bit of a
because she hasn't
coincidence,
been well for 2 days.
So did she go missing and then didn't appear for work on that day? Because James told us when she went missing.
James, did Sarah come into work this day 3 days ago?
He nods. He goes. She came in. What? 3 days back. You were still here at that point, I think. He goes, no, you were away at that point. No, but it's the last 2 days she hasn't been in. I expect a day.
Did she see him out of sorts?
And so she left to go home, and that was the last time you saw her.
He nods. He goes, yeah, of course. Her husband. I mean,
of course. So what happened is obviously she got picked up or lost or kidnapped or whatever on the way home from work.
James, was there anyone hanging around the bar?
Torbrick's actually just taken an axe to a crate and accidentally killed someone, right, just in his weird axe fury, and has had now hide the body, but the guppy knew, and so he had to silence the guppy.
I'm suspecting it.
Had to silence the guppy.
But I'm not.
Fed it to the guppy, then ate the guppy.
I want some evidence before I call him in, but it's the
to really hide the evidence, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna conceal the rest of the evidence out back.
All while we're on the way back from a last quest.
If you all want to follow up on this, you could see if they ever walk the same path on their way home.
Could I ask
imagine
what
they
time...
always walk the same path on the way home.
Well,
one's on the Smith and one's on the tavern.
I'd tell them about the crate I found as well. I found a crate down in the it was with the speakeasy, wasn't it? Like the alley where we found the speakeasy bar.
Nearby.
The crate I found.
It was nearby.
Nearby. I found a crate nearby where we found the bar, and it's quite clearly been moved, and someone has taken an axe to it. There was a rat inside, but I don't think that's important.
So it was probably a top rate.
I considered it.
Came here and
He says it
probably
wasn't
top
him.
rate.
That does sound like something Tobrick would do.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Let's get our investigators out, get the dust and the lighting out.
When I say, no, don't mind.
You know, I really want to play a character in a campaign now that's just a fucker, right? He just goes about in town, and people sort of that's his scenes, he sneaks out of the inn at night, and he just alright, I'm gonna go move the crate in the alley, I'm then gonna strike it with an axe and then run away back to the inn before the guards hear me. And just do that every night, do something weird every night, and that's it. That's all you do. The rest of the players
you want to play... Huh? Yeah, you want to play Link and just walk around smashing vases everywhere?
Walk into people's houses, smash their door, and drink their food and drink their Downunder milk.
Goddamn. Right. So is there anything else you guys would like to do, or do you want to crash for the night?
What time does Sarah finish work at night? What time does she go home?
He sort of shrugs and he goes, well, depends on how long she's got to clean for. Normally she stays until the last of the drunks start to head out. So pretty late, sometime in the morning, fairly early, Okay. These drunks always vomit around about then, so...
So, I have a plan, maybe, and hear me out.
Is it a cunning plan?
Is it the one from The Witcher?
No, I was just gonna say, you know how dogs can be used to track things?
Definitely
what if I turn into a wolf?
Oh.
What if we go get a wolf?
You would have advantage for tracking things.
I'll probably
smell check. We use Gobo.
We had a wolf.
Yeah,
he's outside the city. He didn't follow you in. He's not going to come into the city.
Oh, yes, true.
I'm really going to bring a wolf.
I'll just check on him, by the way.
No, also,
you don't have to turn into a wolf. You can turn into a dog.
He doesn't like you guys as much because you kept leaping on his back and trying to ride him. I mean, one of you did at least, so he's not a fan of the rest of you.
Bunkin did.
Is it night time?
I'm sure.
What'd you say?
Is it night? Is it night at the moment?
It's starting to head to night, yeah.
Okay, so when it goes night, I could go out with the wolf and we can have a look around as I've got the vision.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark here.
Well, I'm sure most of us do. I have.
I'm about to say, there's only one doesn't have dark vision.
I think it's only the humans.
What, does everyone have dark vision here?
I have dark vision. Hello, Mr. Tiefling over here.
Basically, every race but humans.
I think Magnus is the only one without dark vision.
Yeah,
You fucking taking a rip on the vape or what?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You fucking watch, mate.
Like Vader.
Oh,
it's like Vader.
Just has a pipe out at the table.